Hi, Lisa Marie Kosis, founder of Global One Health. In the Animal Flow video titled Switches and Transitions, I introduced these dynamic movements, and I started with the underswitch, which is the basic transitional movement from crab to beast and the beast to crab activation. The very next movement, which is just a continuation of that, is the underswitch tap. So it's basically the exact same transition, but you're adding a little bit of an extra component in it. So I'm going to talk about that in this video. So we're going to start in crab and now go from crab to beast. So again, I break all the introductory movements down in those earlier videos in the Animal Flow. So check those out, and that'll be Introduction to Animal Flow, the activations for crab and beast. So we're going to begin in crab. So as I talked about, the underswitch is lifting up the opposite hand and foot and rotating or switching underneath the body to get you into the beast position. So the underswitch tap is going to add a little extra movement where you end, instead of in the opposite position, you end up in the position that you started in. So you're just simply going to transition from crab to beast, take a moment in the beast, and then end back up in crab. So I just have completed the underswitch from crab to beast, and I'll undo that to get back into crab. So I'll do it slowly, but the underswitch tap is done with a little bit more speed as you move forward. So underswitch tap, if I begin in crab, I transition, I do the underswitch to beast, and I go right back to crab. So what it would look like in the normal timing is the underswitch tap. So breaking that down, transition, right, I want to pass that leg underneath the body, simply transitioning. Notice my limbs lift and land at the same time. But what I would simply do when I got to beast is I'm not going to spend time in the beast position. And I'm not going to allow my weight to be equally distributed between all four limbs. If I do that, then I'm actually going to stay in the beast, and that would be just the classic underswitch. The tap is I just hit beast for a moment. So again, what that would look like beginning from crab, I do the underswitch, I tap the limbs down, and go right back to crab. I'll show you that on the other side. I lift up one hand, the opposite foot, I do the underswitch tap, and come down. So the purpose is just to, if you want to do in your flow, if you want to begin and end in the same position without switching, you would add the underswitch tap so that you could just begin and end in crab or begin and end in beast. I could do the same thing starting from beast, but you always start with the crab to beast first in the technique. But if I'm doing the underswitch tap starting from beast, I do the underswitch to crab, I just tap for a moment and come right back. So you're kind of using the rotational, and then the other side, so you can see, tap down. So you'll see that it's a much quicker transition. So the tap is just putting the arm and the foot that are in air in the transition onto the ground for just a moment, but you're using the ground as a little bit of momentum to then reverse back in the opposite direction to end up where you actually started. So it's very much focusing on control, and you're using it, focusing on deceleration of movement as well. So hope that, again, I'll show you that one more time. So crab to beast tap, or if you're coming from the beast position, right, the knees are off in this transition, just an inch off the ground. You go to crab, you tap the foot down and the hand down, and you would go right back to the initial starting position. So that is the underswitch tap in the transition, the underswitch transition in Animal Flow.